Hello everyone and welcome to the third round of the season here in CSS. We have had a few technical issues. I'm hoping now you can hear me because I've been talking for a while and you guys could not hear me, but hopefully now it's all going to be good. We will adapt and change a few things as we go on, but right now, as you can see, it is Tony Ritchie who is in P1 for ABS. It was at NLR 1-2, but more times have come in. Victor's also moved up to third, and then we've also seen Luke Miles go into fourth, with Raul Reyes also into fifth. Apologies as well if I butcher any names. First time commentating on a few of these drivers, have commentated on some of them quite a bit at the same time. 11 thousandths of a second between the top two, and also in 10th position right now out on the circuit is our championship leaders as well, WOR. And do keep us updated if there is any other issues with the stream, but we're just quickly trying to get it all sorted for you and trying to bring you into the action as soon as possible, because we've already missed a huge part of qualifying, but we've still got 5 minutes to go. We've still got the business runs right at the end, the ones that really do matter. But it's always good to have those banker laps in, like Tony Ritchie has got. And we will, they're all going to head back into the pits and then start heading out in about a minute or two's time, where they will obviously get ready for their final push laps. But definitely Miami, it can be a really challenging circuit as well, so we'll see how it goes. You can make overtakes around this circuit though. You obviously have a long DRS straight followed by a few chicanes and then another long DRS straight down towards turn 17, so a lot of overtaking opportunities in the race. But in qualifying, always it is going to be a hard circuit to nail. Invalidating can also be an issue if you do cut a bit too much of a curb or run a tiny bit wide. It is still, though, a street track, so definitely Miami does have its challenges as well. But hoping that everything now is good and we're able to just bring you the action without any other issues. But Tony Ritchie, as I said, great lap by him, 1 minute 25.945 and 11 thousandths clear. So these two a tiny bit ahead of the field, but earlier on it was at NLR 1 and 2, but the order changing quite rapidly, so we can see quite a lot of improvements. And right now also we are going to be we do have a few drivers on the circuit. We do have Crit out on the circuit as well for GRS as he makes his way through. But most of the drivers in the pit lane, as I said, waiting for that last run to come into play. And Justin also cutting a few corners as well. They're on his outlap, of course, as he probably wants to make it back into the pit lane as soon as possible to also be in sync with all of the other drivers when they are going to start pushing on in the last runs of qualifying. But definitely we are now going to be seeing Crit begin his lap down towards turn number 1. He heads, and it's always crucial to be late on the brakes but also get on the power, and then follows is a few S sections as well, and then you make your way down now to the next few sequence of corners. Always crucial to get on the throttle at the right time. Also a lift, not to run too wide, bit wide there for Crit as he tries to get on the power. Might pick up a tiny bit of a slipstream here as well as they get on the power. Might have backed out of that one, we'll see, with the second sector time soon as well as he heads through. But now, as you can see, all of them heading out on their out laps as they get ready to begin their push laps, and it's going to be really interesting to see if Tony Ritchie is going to be able to extend his advantage. That's the only thing he can do, in hope that no one else can get close to him. So we'll see in a second with how all of those drivers do. Crit has backed out of that lap as well, so our main attention will go to the drivers at the front of the field, and we are going to be seeing, however, both Ferraris of Tony Ritchie and Matthew as well, both in ABS right at the back. So we're going to see their laps later on. We're going to first of all have NLR as well with Exafox. So the nearest contender right now to take pole position away, but that is going to change very quickly. And this is going to be interesting then, as they all now prepare. We do have Justin out right now, validating as well, so he's not really pushing. George beginning his lap for ERT, but Exafox now makes his way through out of the final corner to begin a crucial lap for him and NLR if they want to take pole position. Now down to turn number 1. This lap is going to have to be hooked up for him. No mistakes he can afford. We know it's come down right now so far to 11 thousandths of a second. It could come down even closer, and that's how crucial every single corner is. Every single acceleration zone could gain you an extra position. And let's see for Exafox as he makes his way through the first sector, just waiting to get on the power. And he is down by 0.08 of a second. So Exafox down a tiny bit. So he's got to recover the time in the second sector. The rear wing, DRS goes open then. And then he is going to be getting on the brakes. Now this is a very crucial part of the lap coming up. Oh, he's lost the rear. He's lost the rear. So that could have cost him time. He already was down in the first sector. He would have lost some time there. Checkered flag is out then at the end of qualifying with Exafox driving right on the edge. And he's also invalidated there as well. So let's see then. Is Daniel going to be able to provide a lap? Victor also makes his way through. He's backed off, it seems like. And that's going to be an improvement by Silly going up to 6th position for OP. So good improvement there by him. Justin's going to be in 10th. And then who else is going to be finding some time at the end? Tony Ritchie going even quicker. That's the only thing he can do at the end right now. What about Daniel now pushing on as well for OP, trying to improve his position down to turn number 17, and then 18 will follow as well, trying to get on the power. Let's see what is going to be the improvement for the AlphaTauri man. Over the line he goes, and he's missed out by 31 thousandths of a second. So it does look like Tony Ritchie at the moment is going to be secure. Over the line he comes. He didn't even need an improvement thanks to his earlier run. That's a big improvement coming from Matthew as well to go into 4th position. But he is over 2.5 tenths behind his teammate. And is Ivan Santamaria coming over the line? Yep, but down by 1.5 tenths. And is going to have a better last sector, but not enough to take to get an improvement right at the end. So it's going to be 9th position for Ivan Santamaria. However, at the front of the field, Tony Ritchie's second run was good enough to grab him that pole position. No changes for the top 2. Daniel was able to get into 3rd, and a few better corners for him could have got him that 1st position. Then we had Matthew, and then Victor, Luke, and then we had Silly, Rule, and then Ivan, Justin, and we also had George, Crit, then Rarity, and then we had Ivan, K3Yco, and then Samuel, Alex, and Lucas. A lot of these drivers obviously serving qualifying bans, so we'll see how they're able to do coming up in the race. And it's definitely going to be a really, really interesting race to see how it all plays out with Tony Ritchie leading the field. But Exafox will have the inside line, so let's see if NLR are able to take the lead. And also, do keep an eye on GS. They're trying to beat WR as well. They're trying to outscore them. So if they're going to be able to get a good result and do that, we'll keep an eye on that scrap going on. Close also. Don't count out GRS, just 2 points behind as well. So they're on 60. And then GS is on 62. WR with 84. So a bit more of a gap, which can be closed in as well. So definitely anything is going to be possible. So the gap definitely can be closed in. So keep an eye on that. But right now just looking down in the pit lane for hopefully we'll be looking to the lights very, very soon as well to see all of the action coming our way in. Definitely the run on the opening lap. They've got to be careful to avoid contact, because usually contact can be made on the opening lap, and if you were to get contact, it can really affect your race in the long term. And then if there isn't any safety cars, then it puts you on a strategy. It puts you on a different strategy then. Not the same with everyone. So front wings usually can be lost on the opening tour of the race. It can be lost really at any point with all of the drivers trying to make some moves. But definitely the end of the race is a big part, and also the beginning of it as well. And what we're going to be hoping for is we do have some clean racing coming our way. So here we go then. We're looking to the 5 red lights. And we're racing at Miami. Who is going to get the best start off the line? It does look like it is going to be Tony Richard who will hold the lead into turn number 1. Matthew was getting interested. He is actually going to go for the move. And also Exafox trying to find a way through. He's going to have to settle for second position close in the background. Matthew was very close, and off the road went Daniel. He went off the road, still side by side in the battle for third. Matthew is going to improve. Victor in fourth. It's Tony Richard though who holds the lead. Was put under a bit of pressure by Exafox in the opening meters and further down towards turn 1. However, it looks like Tony Richards been able to hold on, but now he's got a few straights to do so as well with the slipstreaming coming in, so we could be seeing a change for the lead. And there's the tyre compound for you. And here we go. Exafox already not waiting at all. Going the long way round. In the background, Luke Miles trying to make a move. Exafox takes the lead. Matthew in third. Luke Miles trying to go the long way around. That won't work. He's got the mediums though, so he does have the better grip at this stage as well. So Luke Miles definitely has to be on the attack. He was already trying to around the outside, but he was run right out of road. Keep an eye on the drivers on the soft compound of tyres. Lucas in 9th, and then we have Alex Ferre who is in 10th position as well. So we have George going on the mediums, we have Samuel on the softs, and Rarity also picking the medium compound of tyres. Everyone else is on the hards. That is going to be Daniel trying to fight his way past Victor, and Victor is going to be passed. It seems like he's trying to get on the power earlier though, and he won't win that traction race out. So it looks like Daniel is going to take the position. Can Victor try fight back down to turn 1? We wait and see. Up ahead, still Luke Miles is putting a bit of pressure on Matthew, and he's got a better grip at this stage, but one thing he's got to make sure that he makes the move without any kind of contact. So that's going to be the crucial move. And we also see Silly getting past Victor. So Victor, who was on the attack, going to the defense now, and he's been overtaken. And Justin also on the mediums could be getting very interested as well. 4 cars already diving into the pit, so that well could have been for some damage. But the question now remains, who is going to be looking to make some moves? We're on board with Justin. He definitely seems very close. Keep an eye also on the battle for third position, and it's not for too long because Luke Mills is heading through on the medium, so he's finally made the move that he wanted to do on the opening lap, but he's done it 1 lap later at the same corner. That's going to be very close as Justin does fight his way past Victor as well, who is dropping quite a lot of positions. That will continue because now he's got 2 soft runners on the back of him as well, and we're on board with the nearest one who is using a bit of ERS is Lucas. And let's see, can he have a challenge down to turn number 17? He's in the slipstream, he's gaining. Now he's going to use ERS to pull alongside, and it looks like he is going to take the position. He's got to be careful on the brakes. You don't want to run into the side of Justin, and he's going to run Victor out of road, but he is going to take the position. Alex not able to capitalize on that one now. Daniel thinks he's found a gap down the inside. It looks like he has, as he tries to move up to 4th position, and it's going to be close on exit. Are they going to make their way through? Just about, with Daniel getting ahead, but he's not got the best traction out of the corner. Just a bit of a snap allowed Matthew to have another go at him, but it does look like Daniel has moved up to 4th, and Matthew now has to worry about Silly, who is coming directly behind as well. The 2 OP boys possibly also trying to help each other now at this stage. Definitely will be later on in the race, but right now on the opening lap, they're all just trying to increase positions and improve there. That's going to be a big opportunity now for Matthew to go the long way around. Is he going to be late enough on the brakes? He'll turn the outside line. He won't even need to turn it into the inside because he's already nearly a full car length ahead. Tiny bit wide there for Victor it was in the background. So he is really, really struggling. Here's Victor. It's over the curbs. And Daniel will have another go to try and make the move. That was close to the barrier, and just having a little tap to that barrier as well, right on the exit of turn 16. And this is going to be the move now for Daniel. Easy stuff. for him as he gets through in the background. Ivan was getting past Alex Ferry as well. And there go your race leaders. And then this is the second train in the field. But it is Tony Ritchie on the back right now of Exafox. No rush to make that move at this stage. A bit of a lock up there as well from the field. Straight, all of them trying to fight their way through. And Silly is struggling to get on the power. Might open the door for Justin, who is gonna take the opportunity with that one. He's gonna go to the inside. Does he take the position? Who appears in our picture ahead? It is gonna be the McLaren. So Justin improves for WR to 6th position. And opportunistic there. He saw the moment for Silly, and he absolutely did not wait at all to make that move. Is Lucas going to be able to go for anything? We now have DRS, as we have had, obviously, on lap 3 as well. It's getting close to the race lead. Lucas wanted to go down the inside, but that was cut off by Silly, and instead it's the long way around. He's going to have to go. He's going to be run out of road. He has to back out before he gets pinched into the barrier. There's still a bit of contact. They are banging rear wing to front wing as they head through, but definitely getting a tiny bit aggressive as Lucas tries to fight his way through, but he is stuck behind to a part of the circuit where it is really single file stuff. And this is where the best opportunities are to make an overtake. Is anyone going to go for it? I believe Victor might be thinking about one. There he is. Oh, that is going to be Lucas running wide. Lucas running wide, and he was almost into the back of Silly. Once again, trying to move to 7th. Instead, he's going to be in 10th position. That's a change. That's going to be Matthew back to the inside line and retaking 4th position. A tidy pass and an easy pass for him on that occasion with DRS down to turn 1. And a bit of DRS being used, but more of the aggressive battles are obviously down the order a tiny bit as well, with obviously drivers trying to fight their way through. If you're higher up, then you might just want to sit there as well. No point wasting all of your ERS and just obviously wasting your ERS and also risking contact. As you can see, Tony Ritchie is only going to go for it if it's slam dunk, and that's only if he wants the race lead anyway. And it looks like he might be going for it. Here he is. Tony Ritchie trying to go the long way around. Exafox will be late on the brakes. Tony Ritchie will be forced the long way around. We go on board with Luke Mills, and it's going to be very close. That was always going to be a closing gap, and Exafox almost kept his foot in, and almost was contact between the two of them. But Tony Ritchie fights his way through. Exafox now will obviously have DRS to try fight back. Luke Mills is also now going to try and make the move. You can see him using DRS, getting closer with every meter that we run, and he is not only going to get past one, and Exafox is going to be boxed in. Easy pass. 2 cars in 1 straight and in a couple of meters for Luke Mills as he gets through. He's on the medium, so he knows that he should not be waiting around in this lap. He should let the others fight it out, but he wants to go further down the road. And this is going to be Daniel getting close. Not close enough. And don't think anyone's going to go for a move down to turn number 1. But Luke Mills taking advantage and taking the position. That's exactly what he would have wanted to do earlier on in this race. But he has finally made the pass. And now we go back with Tony Ritchie on board. And he will look for a repass. And this is just going to be pass and repass and repass again, really. But once again, as I said, only going to do it if it was slam dunk. We just had DRS for a while. He has the ERS. If he just presses that ERS button, he will be absolutely flying through. But no point wasting it all at this stage of the race. So we are going to be getting a move by Ivan. Tiny bit wide. City will try fight back. And around the outside. Will not work. Victor is waiting directly behind these two drivers as well. So we attack our way through it. We get on the power then and head down towards turn 17 with possibly a move coming up for Silly. Gaining. And is he going to go to the inside? Was a bit too far back. Didn't want to risk the dive bomb there. And all out of shape there as well for Victor on the power. Lucas also following with that one as well. But all of them are in now DRS twins that do always form. And actually, we obviously had the leaders train and then we had a second train, but looks like they've all connected now as well. So we have 6 cars all in the train, and then we have Ivan leading now the second train as well. Just 1.5 seconds off though. Justin, currently who is at the back of the leaders train, and all of them looking very close together as they go onto the straight. And now, are we going to be getting a pass? Gaining is Exafox. He is getting close up to Tony Ritchie. And you're kind of in a situation where you don't want to obviously allow your rival through behind, but you also don't want to make an unnecessary move for the lead as well. Because, I mean, as you can see, he's got 100% ERS. He's in a perfect position right now. And he's not really had to use any of it. And he's only going to use it when he needs to make a crucial move. Other than that, he isn't going for it, as they're all looking to make any kind of move, but they're only going to do it, as I said, if it's really on for them. Maybe on for Daniel. He's close to Matthew. He's going to go for the move down to turn 1. Was close, but decided better of it there as well. The lap 8 of this one then, and Tony Ritchie literally pushing Luke Mills through the corners, as we do see a position change. Victor losing 2 positions there, so he's down to 11th place as the first track limits penalty and the first penalty of the race belonging to Silly. So he's got a penalty right now at the moment. Now we've got DRS, and here we go. We're going to get a move for the lead once again, going the long way around and taking the position. Justin was thinking about it in the background. We just about saw him thinking about a dive bomb. He's still really close to the back. Lucas trying to retake 9th position, and he's done, and he's trying to, maintain 9th position, and he's just about done it. But now, definitely, I wouldn't be surprised if Exafox makes this move, or tries to at least, but he might be a bit too far back, because even though you don't want to make any rash moves or anything like that at this stage of the race, you wouldn't want to obviously see, as that's going to be a late send up ahead. Daniel trying to still get past Matthew, but you wouldn't want to see you losing DRS. You always want that DRS, it's very crucial. But Luke Mills has got it all back, and still Ivan looking for something, but just nothing working out right now. And we are seeing some defensive shapes thrown, but all seems good right now at the moment, as we have Crit diving it into the pits from 13th place in the race. And you can see them all in now a train, all of them following each other and just waiting for any opportunity. A wide moment is what they'll be looking for. Luke Mills getting very close once again to Tony Ritchie, as we do see Victor. So this is a more interesting track. Sorry, cutting away from it. But Lucas getting ahead of Victor, or maintaining that position, because the softs have already started to fade away at this stage. So the softs are faded away, and now we possibly could be seeing a move coming by the driver behind Lucas. We have seen a move though for the race lead. Luke Mills has gone to the inside line, and on the mediums he has got through. There'll be DRS once again though for Tony Ritchie down towards turn 1. Looks like he's lost some time, so it won't be the move down to turn 1 that he's going to make. Close in the background, I believe that was Ivan trying to get past Justin, and Justin once again going defensive, trying to get on the power earlier, but it was a wide moment for Ivan as well, so not really helpful when he was trying to set up the up and under there. He's only been able to force defensive shapes so far, and obviously Ivan just recently joining this train now as well. There was 6 cars earlier, and now we obviously are seeing Ivan right at the back of it as well, trying to get past Justin. Mediums possibly too. fading away as well. As Tony Ritchie has got DRS once again. And he is going to be going for the move. Only using well, he's used quite a bit of ERS, to be honest. But he's used it to retake the lead here at Miami. There was 100 earlier, but still some solid amount of ERS. If we compare it to Luke Mills, X and Fox also with some solid ERS. Same can be said about Matthew. But it's most of the drivers that haven't been involved in a lot of battles. And what I mean by a lot of battles, obviously the leaders have been switching positions, but a lot of battles I mean by ones that they have to make crucial moves, had to make their way through to be in this kind of position. As there goes Luke Mills once again. We want to look though to the battle for 7th position. Oh, locking up and straight into the side. That's the thing, when you do try overtake at turn number 17 in the train, you are trying to make a move on one driver, but then you've got plenty of drivers ahead of you, and that was contact as Ivan tried to get past Justin. He's not going to be able to do that either, because Justin fights back down the inside. But it was Ivan thinking about a late send, went for the late send, but he has about a few cars in front of him, so he wasn't able to get it slowed down. No space to go wide. So that's always the risk. If you go for that move, you've always got to be really good on the brakes. You've got to have your braking point absolutely sorted, and it's not really helpful when you're trying to outbrake your rival at the same time. So, definitely very interesting to see. And that's why a lot of these drivers don't also elect to go for those kind of overtakes. In the risk of contact, picking your braking spot can be really crucial. And it is really crucial. Slightly misjudged it and you're into the side of another car, or you're just very wide and losing plenty of places. But you can see them all in a train. And let's see if we're going to get yellow flags are out. And that's a battle going out on the circuit. But I believe it was for Alex, who made a moment. Who's had a moment, sorry. We now take a look as well. Rule moving up, trying to at least lay it on the brakes. George fights back with a late send. And he is going to take that position. Once again, yellow flags once again momentarily. But I think we're getting a change now this time. Oh, that was close between Justin and Ivan. And these two have been going wheel to wheel. And they've almost been into the side of their rivals quite a bit. Once again, Ivan this time has though got two on Justin. So finally that move has been made. Daniel applying a bit of pressure on Matthew. So a tiny bit of pressure at the moment. Get on the power then. And head down all the way towards the braking zone. Tony Ritchie out of the slipstream and goes to the inside line and retakes the lead. If these guys aren't making contact, then really at this stage it's just easy passes right now for all of them, because it's not really crucial. Obviously you want to stay here, you want to maintain your ERS at a high level, that's crucial, but there's no point battling like crazy corner after corner and re-overtaking. Only do it when it's really on, like it might be on this time for Luke Mills. Maybe use a bit of ERS like he did just at the start of the straight to do it. And just like that, he is through. But I know Daniel is really trying to get through. As well on Matthew. Matthew getting very close to the back of Extra Fox as well. So Matthew being under a bit of pressure. Now on the attack a tiny bit though. Has got a bit of breathing space. We've had, looks like George who is round. So George is round. Or has had a moment at least. So nothing too major for him. As Daniel losing a bit of time there. And now we're watching Tony Ritchie once again. A bit of a wider line for him. So are we going to see any changes this time around? I'm thinking about a change possibly for third position. Very quickly. We might get a change for the lead as well. Here we go. Are we going to see the Ferrari ahead go for it? Nope. Oh, it's very close under braking. All of them getting on the brakes. And a bit of contact with the inside wall as well. These drivers are really pushing right to the limits, pushing Exafox through the corner as well. Now let's see if he can get himself ahead. He's using a bit of ERS. That gives us the idea. He wants to take third position on the straight. And I don't think he'll be able to though. Nope. Not happening on this straight then. Oh, a late send is happening though, so he did want it. And he's gonna make the move. What kind of traction does Exafox have to fight back? And look at Ivan trying to get involved as well. Ivan trying to get past both of them. Onto the straight we go. And being squeezed is Exafox, who has to switch. And that's going to be a very late launch. Does he get it slowed down this time around? Does Ivan? It looks like he's been able to get it slowed down. And trying to do the up and under was Matthew. And sliding all over the road as well. Trying to apply the power. But it's going to be Exafox. Then Ivan, who went for an incredibly late launch to try and pick up two cars in one corner. And that was really tight stuff. Between the pair of them, off the road goes Daniel. And they're still trying, they're still battling. And Matthew's fighting his way back past and almost into the wall. Almost into the wall there for Ivan once again. And we've seen Ivan has been super late on the brakes. And now this is when this race is turning into a bit of fireworks now. As they all try and look for the move. Oh no, they've collided. They've collided. And as I say fireworks, Matthew has collided as well with Ivan, I believe. Safety car is out. And we just saw that up ahead. And Justin was being squeezed as well. All the way. Right to the wall. But we do have a safety car after it got a bit too aggressive. Between them all of them racing it. It was calm up until up until a lap ago, where we started seeing all of that. And we've seen our first major collision of the race. So it's lap 14 then, out of 29. And this is when it's pit stop time. So pit stops are going to be taking place for sure. But we just saw that ahead. The contact as well. And you can see they were all going to be going into the pit lane. And the drivers were really switching a lot of lines. Because obviously we saw Exafox having to go from the inside, then to the outside, and then found himself still ahead. And the order was changing quicker than a fruit machine, really. So a lot of changes very quickly. Luke Miles, then Tony Ritchie, Exafox, Justin, and then Ivan, Daniel, Victor, and Matthews also dived it into the pit. So definitely some reports which will be looked at after the race. And I believe we saw 4 drivers also losing their front wing on the opening lap around that. So possibly some other things, obviously, which we didn't pick up, have also took place. Always is, even in a very calm race, usually. It was one of those calm races until really that moment, but it usually is. And usually it's after the pit stops also when it gets a bit more spicy. And now we have got a safety car. So they're all going to be bunched up together. So I would not be surprised if we see quite a lot of overtakes taking place. Luke Mills on the hards, along with Justin. So they could be going backwards. So we're definitely going to see the drivers on the medians on the attack. But the crucial thing for Exafox is he's got to stick with Tony Ritchie. That's the main crucial key thing. He's got to stick all the way with Tony Ritchie has Exafox as well, and really all of the drivers, but surely with the drivers on the hards, obviously they are going to be a bit more slower through the corners, so it's going to be crucial that in battling they don't lose too much time. Exafox has got to follow through as soon as possible, because obviously it can go very wrong for your challenge for the lead, obviously, if we were to see any kind of DRS 1 second gaps broken. Definitely not what any of these drivers would want. Just brings you out of the fight, makes you and then it just adds a lot of pressure and a lot of work for you to do to get all of those overtakes back and get all of those seconds, I should say, back there as well. But we are under safety car. It's Luke Mills, then Tony Ritchie and Exafox, the top 3 at the moment. And we have seen also now Samuel diving into the pits. He is on the soft, but not for too long, obviously, as he's diving it in. And he is going to put on a set of medium compound off tyres. But definitely a race that has changed quite a bit. So definitely interesting to see all the way till the end. Do keep an eye on the battle. Obviously in the championship as well, WRP1. And they've got currently their drivers in 4th and 12th at the moment. And then GS only 2 points clear of GRS. So obviously Ivan up there, currently in 5th. But it's always crucial getting those points. So we'll see how it ends up, because we do have a safety car. There is probably going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of late changes. So I would not be surprised at all if the order is completely different by the time that we get to the flag. With just over half race done as well. And we're just waiting for Ivan Santamaria at the back to catch up for NLR. They've currently also got Exafox in 3rd. So gonna be interesting to see how it goes all the way till the end of the race. Well, we're about to find out, because the safety car is diving it into the pits. And it could well be a brawl all the way till the end. The tyres are getting warmed up by the drivers. Luke Mills will have his mirrors full of Ferrari. And possibly Haas as well. We'll see how this restart goes. As you can see, all of them in a line. Weaving and getting ready to go back to green flag racing. That is Luke Mills' choice when he wants to take us back. We await them to make their way through. And you can see we are now racing at Miami. Luke Mills leads us down to turn 1. Tony Ritchie in 2nd position as they get on the brakes for the first time. We have seen a move. That's because Alex Ferre has decided to dive it into the pit lane. So that's why we've seen a few drivers obviously switching positions. Now, here we go. This is actually going to be a pass on circuit. Matthew trying to get past Victor, and he will do so around the outside. But the battle we want to keep an eye on is this battle. And already making the move, Tony Ritchie. Remember, there is no DRS. He's already elected to make the move. And I said Exafox has to follow through as soon as possible. He is going to elect to do so. But Luke Mills is going to elect to fight back as well. And this could get really, really tight into the braking zone. Luke Mills retakes the lead. Exafox is going to try and take 2nd position. He could get boxed in here. How is this one going to end up? That's the late lunge in the background by Daniel. Did he get it slowed down? Just about. He did. Luke Mills leads. And around the outside, still side by side on the part of the circuit where it's single file. Is Exafox going to keep his foot in around the outside? He had to back out there. And somehow, the top 3 are in the same order. And Luke Mills has gone a tiny bit up the road after that battle between Tony Ritchie and Exafox. And that got very tight. Look further back to Daniel going on the defensive. Now, we've seen so many times Ivan has been late on the brakes in this race. And he just thought better of it there. Didn't want to be late on the brakes. But he is an opportunistic driver. He is going to take the opportunity this time to get past Justin. And are we going to see a late send down to turn 1 incoming by him? No. They're all now just making their way through. But definitely, you're going to see much more desire for all of these drivers on the mediums to pass the hards. And just to take the lead, really, than you saw at the beginning. Only reason being, Luke Mills on the hards. So there will be... so it's obviously not the best if you are stuck behind and losing time. And there's going to be the move. Ivan gets through. We look to the battle for the lead once again. And Exafox looks incredibly close. As we're going to see Ivan making the move on Matthew and also now getting past Justin. So Ivan's the driver on the attack. Justin on the defensive due to the hards right now. And all in a line. All of them in a line. Right now, as they stand on the power at the exit of turn 16. And it looks like now they're just waiting for the DRS to come in as well. And when that DRS does come in, aids obviously the drivers to make the move. So Tony Ritchie will have that helping hand. That was Matthew battling. It is Matthew still battling with Justin as they come over the line. And we have Victor in there as well. And Victor there just having a bit of a look. And what's the traction looking like? Oh, all out of shape for Justin and Matthew there. As they're both battling over. Sixth at the moment, and Justin on the hards, losing quite a lot of time. Now we could be seeing the change for the lead, because Tucking's right up behind, or was, not anymore. We'll watch with Exafox to see the gain, and Exafox gaining on second place in the race. Tony Ritchie not gaining though too much on Luke Mills on that straight, but have a chance down the other straight coming up. Matthew versus Justin. Matthew trying to find his way through. Justin will try run the car out wide, but it looks like the Ferrari driver is going to get there. And Matthew is going to take the position. Up to P6 he goes. And some good racing between them as we see how close they get to the wall. And look how close Exafox is to the side of Tony Ritchie. Look how close Daniel is getting. And he's trying to find a gap. Oh, that's going to be close and into the wall. Into the wall, trying to make the move. Ivan is out of the race. And that is going to cause another safety car in this race. And trying to make a move when the gap possibly wasn't there. Really wasn't there as well, because it was a boxed-in situation. And into the pits. We are going to see pit stops. But our second safety car of the race. And a similar style contact to what we saw that caused our first safety car. And it is getting really aggressive between the drivers. And they were all so close together. Cars were absolutely everywhere on that straight. All trying to make moves for different positions. And this is how the race now stands. Daniel leads. A lot of drivers electing to make a pit stop. The reason being to put on the set of soft compound of tyres. So that's why they've decided to go for it. That will give them a big advantage as well. So we're going to see them fighting their way through it. But second safety car. Few drivers deciding to stay out onto the stay out on the circuit. But incredibly close there. Right, so second safety car of the race. We'll run you through the order. It's Daniel now in P1, OP1 and 2 at the moment, but Silly picked up that penalty for track limits. So if it was to finish like this, that would lose him quite a lot of positions, especially with the field very close together. But we still have laps for them to separate. But if they are going to battle like they were earlier on, then they obviously lose time battling. So Daniel, Silly, K3. K3 Wyco, there we go. Ivan Santamaria, then Samuel, Luke, Exafox, Matthew, Justin. Now, we obviously saw a lot of pit stops during that safety car as well. Everyone outside the top 5 as well. And Alex Ferrer, who obviously pitted on the safety car lap, other than him, when the first safety car was coming in. We do have a few different things. Samuel's diving it in as well. But we have a few different choices. A lot of elected the soft. But we do also have Tony Richards gone for the mediums, along with Exafox and Justin, who have gone for the medium compound of tyres. And there will be reports coming for the stewards to sort out after this race. So keep an eye also on socials for all of the results to be confirmed to you there, because of course right now all of them are provisional, so nothing is confirmed, especially with a lot of contact being between leaders or the drivers who are fighting near the front. So the safety car surely will be diving it in to the pits this lap. Alex Ferre also, who, as I said, pitted under that, at the end of that first safety car period when the safety car came in, has also decided to go for that soft compound of tyres. So that's, well, he decided good call, in my opinion. Well, he would have really been a bit of a sitting duck at the same time. Really, not a sitting duck, because there wouldn't really have been too many people ahead of him, so, or behind him, sorry. So, now now he has a chance for, if there is chaos, if there's opportunities to go on the attack and make overtakes. And even that's why some drivers who committed to staying out might pit after one lap. And that's what we saw by Samuel, because they know how much you can gain. They know how much you can gain with just pitting, because you're probably going to lose a lot of time. Safety car is not going to be coming in this lap as Alex Ferrer is not catched up in time. But it should be him at the end of the next lap. So, so easy on the tires right now. Oh, so it should be in this lap then, the safety car. With now everyone catched up. So it is really going to be a grandstand finish, sprint all the way till the end. And how do OP play this one out? Now, surely it is going to be obviously by prioritizing Daniel in that scenario, as he's not got he's not got a penalty. So we could be seeing City possibly go a bit on the attack. Definitely a possibility. It's going to be hard to keep the soft runners behind, but if you can let Daniel go a tiny bit up the road, I would not be surprised if we see that. But then once again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see contact, because how slow they're all going to be. We're going to see about 3 wide. So it always gets really tight. Always really, really tight around this circuit. Especially when you're in a boxed-in situation. Sometimes it's just better to, for example, back out. Or just not go for the move. Just sit behind. Because going for a gap that really isn't there can sometimes, or does really, cause your race to be ruined, your opponent as well, and does obviously cause safety cars as well. So, the safety car will get confirmation, but should be in this lap, and there's your answer to it. So there you go, it will be in this lap with OP 1 and 2. So how are they going to be able to keep the drivers at bay is going to be the question. They have obviously got 2 medium runners behind them, and then you get your first, fresh, soft, and also medium. So keep an eye on that. Once again, Daniel decides when he wants to go, and here we go. This is very interesting. It's already coming into play, and giving a very, very big gap right now, and taking us back to green flag racing is Daniel. But the main place we want to look at is second position. That's where City is, as he heads through then down towards turn 1. The field would have been really, really bunched up. We're back to green flag racing. Crucial moves are going to be coming up. Luke Mills on the softs already trying to go on the attack to try and get past Ivan Santamaria there. And it's a grandstand finish to sort this one out. Exafox trying to fight a way through as well. 2.5 seconds is the gap. They attack their way through different racing lines, trying to go the long way around. His Exafox does not open the door. It does open the door. Matthew then takes the opportunity and tries to make a move. So he tries to make the move. George has got a penalty there for multiple track limits. And now out of the slipstream, Luke Mills is moving up to 4th position at the moment. Very, very close into the braking zone. Late lunge coming from Ivan Santamaria, trying to fight back against Luke Mills, who will be a tiny bit wide. And Matthew is going to be in there as well. Oh, it's so close to contact once again. And it is the 2 NLR boys getting very close in the Haas liveried cars as they head through. And on the power. And now, turn our attention. Right now, Luke Mills applying the pressure. Applying the pressure. Can he get 2 cars maybe? Silly, does he dive? Does he cover the position? He does, park it in the middle. Luke will try go the long way around. He'll have better traction onto the straight. Yellow flags are out. Matthew has dropped down the order. Ivan Santamaria has dropped down the order. So I wonder if they've had contact as they come out. Now down towards turn number 1. Trying to go the long way around. And move up is going to be the Aston Martin of K3 Biko as he tries to make a move on Luke Mills. But the advantage right now. OP doing everything they can. And Luke Mills needs to make this move as soon as possible if he wants to take victory. Because he's got to let himself have enough time. Now here we go. Luke Mills pulling out of the slipstream. You can see how desperate he is to make this move. Because he's already used all of his ERS. So he's having to now make it just because of it. He's now just having to use the slipstream and also the grip. Is he going to have the momentum to go the long way around? He's off the road. He'll rejoin and he'll be ahead. He feathers out of the throttle a tiny bit. And it's still side by side. The amount of time they're losing is absolutely incredible for OP, but definitely not incredible for Luke Mills. And they're so close to contact. The field is being absolutely backed up here. And exactly what we were talking about. The field being incredibly close. Is this finally the moment for Luke Mills to make the move? They're both out of ERS. Luke Mills trying to go the long way around. Is he going to have the momentum? Trying to make the move around the outside. Late launch coming from Justin. And still, it's a challenge for Luke Mills to get through. Onto the straight they go, but he's inching ahead. And Exafox will try to join this party as well. Exafox might make it 3 wide. Down to turn number 1. So Silly's been overtaken. Justin tries to have a go. We have Luke, who is up to 2nd. Exafox then in 3rd position. Then we have Silly. Then we have Justin. And this is now going to be a really hard task. An incredibly hard task. To close down the gap. But it could have well played into OP's hands. 1 and 2 after the safety car. Gave enough car length, and it might have just worked out. Here we go. Exafox trying to move up to 2nd position. At the same time, Luke obviously knew that he had to shut that door immediately. Silly was thinking about it, but he shut the door immediately. He does not want to deal with that AlphaTauri car anymore. As Victor is gone all around the outside as well. Tony Ritchie has cut the corner. He's off the road. They're all so close together as we head onto the straight once again. And this has been an extraordinary race so far. Move in the background. We're very close as well in the background. We're going to get Justin getting past Silly. I want to take a look. Oh, safety car is out. Safety car is out. And that's the reason I wanted to go and watch some of the other drivers, because they were banging wheels in the background. And I'm not surprised that we've seen contact again. And we have a safety car. We already had a grandstand finish. Make this a super sprint now. And that was always going to happen. A lot of, there were 3 wide, almost in the background. And they were banging wheels. Might have been Rarity and Tony Ritchie. That's what I'm going to guess it was, as they were together, I believe. So, just getting very close. They were banging wheels on the straight, and they also had a few cars ahead of them, so that was always going to end in tears. And then as soon as I cut to them, debris was absolutely everywhere. Just one of those races that it's been close. It's been enjoyable at times, but we've had a lot of chaos. 3rd safety car of the race, and this will be the last safety car as well. Off it. Now, well, completely ruined now for Daniel. Absolutely ruined for Daniel. So, what looked comfortable and looked like it was going to be a strategy masterclass will not be the case as it stands, because surely Luke Mills and Exafox, also the soft runners, helped with this extra safety car. I'm just gonna have so much speed, but I mean, we saw the defensive work. We saw the defensive work that we saw the defensive work that the other the other OP was able to put on off Silly. So wouldn't be surprised if Daniel can defend his heart out and really try to keep that position. So, we are going to go on to lap 27. So it's going to be a 2-lap shootout, and I think you already know what is going to be coming. A lot of dive bombs, and hopefully not a lot of crashing. And yes, I can confirm as well that it was Tony Ritchie and Rarity who made the contract. So my guess was was correct after they were together on the circuit, and it was a McLaren and Ferrari. So I thought it would be them, and it was. When we cut to it, just a lot of debris was everywhere. So Ivan Santamaria electing an extra lap set of soft compound tyres. So you've got two drivers in the field who have now old mediums. You have also some drivers in the field who have a bit more newer but still old, and then you have some drivers in the field who have really new tyres. With two laps, it really could go anyone's way. I think contact is gonna, go someone's way at least, because unfortunately, it's just how the drivers are gonna do it at the last two laps, because they are gonna, obviously it is the last two laps. There's the opportunity. They're all gonna go for some late dive bombs, so I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see any chaos, which I'm hoping we don't, but wouldn't be surprised. So it's 2 laps, no DRS at all, and here we go. Safety car is coming in this lap as expected. It gives us a 2-lap shootout to decide the winner in Miami. And I did say the order would have been absolutely changed when we got to the business end of the race. It absolutely has changed. And now it's all about, when does Daniel take us back to green flag racing? He knew he had to go early, and he absolutely has. Daniel takes us back to green flag racing. He has 2 laps to keep the drivers at bay. We go back to green flag racing. It's not the best start. Exafox is going to be in the wheel trucks already. A grandstand finish. It's 2 laps to sort out who wins this one. We head down to turn number 1 with all of the drivers thinking about a move. But Exafox really getting close now to the back of Daniel. Luke Mills has the soft compound tyres, so surely he might be able to go for something as well. This is going to be really tight now for Exafox, who tries to take the lead. He's already thinking about the inside line. He won't have any DRS, so he's going to have to use DRS. If he wants to take this away, he's going to be in the slipstream, and this is going to be the opportunity now for Exafox. Is he going to be able to make this move? He'll have to go the long way around. Daniel will cover the inside line. Go the long way around, he says to Exafox, who breaks early in hope of better traction. And now, wide for Daniel. Might open the door for Exafox. Exafox might be able to go through, and he is. Exafox with an incredible overtake around the outside. Forced his rival off the racing line and was able to take advantage. But can Daniel fight back with the ERS? This is going to be so tight. Luke has not been able to gain at all on these guys as it stands at the moment. And all of the rest of the drivers, we haven't seen any changes there. Think we could see one in the background though, as trying to go the long way around is going to be silly. That is going to be close between the two of them as they get on the power. We're on to the final lap of the race here in Miami. And it's the last lap for anyone to do anything. And you can see they're all in a train. And there's gaps between them. So it's all about ERS management into the wall. Losing it into the wall. In the background was Alex Ferre. So we saw that just right at the back of our shop. He's gone into the wall. Couldn't really see anything more than that. Silly trying to move up past. He does move up past. Doesn't look like we're going to get a change for the lead. Looks like we are going to get a change possibly for third, because Justin is using the advantage of those mediums right now and getting past Luke Mills, who will have a chance to fight back. Here are your leaders. That looks pretty settled. And a race that's completely turned on its head constantly. It is going to see the Exafox still finishing at the front of the field. As now, battle still goes on for third. It could well be a drag race to the line. And are we going to be seeing a move now? Forcing the defensive shape, going the long way around. Luke Mills will have a go, but he might not be able to make this move. It is going to be Exafox, though, who is going to come out of the last corner. Look up and see the checkered flag first. Exafox brilliantly wins in Miami. It is going to be Daniel in second. And then Justin, who is going to take third. Luke Mills overtaken on that restart to finish in fourth. Then Victor, and then K3 Wyko, and then Crit. And we'll confirm also the rest of the order for you as well in a second. But what a race. For quite a few of the drivers, and a lot of action. That's what I'll say, a lot of action, but obviously we did see a lot of contact in that one, so there's going to be a few drivers who won't be happy. 3 safety cars, and we'll confirm you through the results in a second, but Exafox still ending at the top of the table. You're still able to end up at the top after being there at the start and just managing to stay out of most of the chaos at the end, and that was the crucial thing, able to also make the move easily, but OP gave it their all to try and make it work out. So we'll confirm the results for you now. It was Exafox who took the victory, and then it was Daniel in second, Justin in third, and then Luke Mills in fourth. We had Victor in fifth, and then in sixth position we had K3 Wyko, and then we had Crit in seventh, Tony Ritchie in eighth, and then Brawl, and then we had Matthew in 10th position, and then we have Ivan, then we had Silly, and then we had Rarity as well, George, and then Samuel rounding out the points, and then we also did have Lucas in 16th. Retiring right at the end was Alex Ferre, and retiring much more earlier on was Ivan. And it was really a race of chaos. We did see quite a lot. We did see quite a bit of, I think, late sends coming in and aggressive racing. But Exafox was able to make it work. And he has got his reward and his team the reward as well. So definitely a very, very interesting round we've had in round 3, and hopefully the next few races will be just as exciting. We'll be heading to France next week as well, and then we'll be heading to the Temple of Speed in Monza, and then we're going to have a week break. After that we'll head to Netherlands, Austria, Qatar, Japan, ending the season in Abu Dhabi right before Christmas as well. So a lot of action still coming our way in the season. Only round 3 done, and it's going to be interesting to see how the steward reports go as well. But in the commentary box, my name has been Omi. It's been brilliant to take you through all of the actions. Apologies for the little rough start and all of the issues we did have at the beginning, but luckily we were able to get all of the action for you. So we want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.